Dreaming about the trip of a lifetime to America? Then let me share with you my ultimate travel list of the top 20 must-visit destinations in the USA. Hi, Annie here, and I've been lucky enough to travel around this amazing country a few times. And it's full of iconic national treasures, from national parks to natural wonders, famous landmarks, and beautiful coastline. So if you're tired of hearing about the same old destinations, stick with me because I've got some incredible places to show you, including some unbelievable hidden gems that you're definitely going to want to hear about. So without further ado, let's get started with the top 20 must-visit destinations in the USA. Number 20. Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty, New York. Let's start with one of the most iconic and enduring images of America, the magnificent Statue of Liberty. Towering over New York Harbor since 1886, this colossal statue was a gift from France and has welcomed millions of immigrants to the shores of the United States as a beacon of hope and freedom. It's incredible to think that millions of immigrants have passed beneath her torch before setting foot on American soil for the first time on Ellis Island, seeking a better life in America. Today, you can visit Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty by taking a ferry from either Battery Park in Manhattan or Liberty State Park in New Jersey. The ferry ride offers stunning views of the New York City skyline and the Statue of Liberty herself. Number 19. Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona. The Grand Canyon is one of the most iconic natural wonders in the world and among the Earth's greatest ongoing geological spectacles. This enormous gorge, carved out by the Colorado River over millions of years, was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979 due to its extraordinary geological features. Up to a mile deep and over 270 miles long, it's incredible to think that the Colorado River has eroded the rock over millions of years to create this breathtaking landscape. And it continues to shape the canyon today, slowly eroding its walls over time. In fact, the canyon's horizontal layers of rock retrace the geological history of the past 2 billion years. Visitors come here to hike, raft the wild Colorado River, or seek out wildlife including condors, black bears, and even mountain lions, or simply marvel at the stunning natural beauty of this incredible place. Another of Arizona's natural wonders is Antelope Canyon, a stunning slot canyon located in the Navajo Nation. Known for its narrow walls and vibrant colors, it's one of the most photographed locations in the American Southwest. The canyon was formed over millions of years by wind and water erosion. The result is a breathtaking display of sandstone formations with intricate patterns and swirling colors that seem almost otherworldly. One of the most striking features of Antelope Canyon is the way the sunlight filters through the narrow opening at the top, creating a mesmerizing play of light and shadow. It's incredible how the canyon's beauty changes dependent on the time of day and the angle of the sun. The Navajo people have a deep connection with the canyon, and Navajo guides show visitors the most stunning formations and often share stories about the canyon's spiritual significance. Next, let's head to South Dakota and one of the most iconic landmarks in the United States, the Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Located in the Black Hills of South Dakota, this monument features the sculpted faces of 4 former presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. The sculpture was completed in 1941 and was a massive undertaking. It took over 14 years to construct, with around 400 workers using dynamite, drills, and chisels to blast away 500,000 tons of granite to carve the 60-foot faces into the mountainside. Visiting Mount Rushmore is a truly awe-inspiring experience. As you approach the monument along the winding valley road, the sheer scale of the sculptures becomes apparent. At the monument itself, the Presidential and Lincoln Trails provide the opportunity to hike the area and bathe in stunning views of the monument and the surrounding Black Hills. Number 16. Big Sur, California. Okay, now let's head over to the west coast and start with the stunning coastal region of Big Sur, known for its rugged beauty and dramatic landscapes. Situated between the Santa Lucia Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, you can follow the Pacific Coast Highway, one of my favorite drives in America, which winds along this scenic stretch of coastline and has breathtaking coastal views to die for. One of the highlights of Big Sur is Bixby Creek Bridge, a stunning arched bridge that spans a deep canyon. The bridge offers amazing views of the ocean and the surrounding coastline. Another point you'll want to stop at is McQuay Falls, a waterfall that cascades directly onto the beach. It's a rare and beautiful sight, with the water creating a shimmering pool at the base of the falls. While you're there, take the chance to also visit some of the redwood forests that are dotted along the California coast. These ancient trees are some of the tallest and oldest living things on Earth, often growing to 100 meters high and living for hundreds of years. I found hiking through them was an amazing and awe-inspiring experience. What would you say is the most famous bridge in America? The Brooklyn Bridge? How about the 7-mile bridge in the Florida Keys? For me, it has to be San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, the iconic suspension bridge connecting San Francisco to Marin County. Its distinctive orange color and elegant design have made it another of America's most recognized landmarks. When it was completed in 1937, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world at 1.6 miles long. It's a marvel of engineering, and its construction during the Great Depression provided much-needed jobs. Millions of people visit the bridge each year to admire its beauty and take photos. Visitors can walk across the bridge on the east side, but for the best perspective, I love the view from below at Fort Point. The Marine Vista Point also provides amazing views. You'll also find another iconic landmark nearby in the San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz Island. Nicknamed the Rock, it was once an inescapable prison, home to famous criminals such as Al Capone and Machine Gun Kelly. Today you can take a boat trip and guided tour around the island and cell block to get a glimpse into the history of the infamous prison. Number 14. Yosemite National Park, California. Yosemite is a breathtaking natural wonder, famous for its towering granite cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and ancient sequoia trees. 5 of the world's highest waterfalls can be found in the park, including Yosemite Falls, Bridal Veil Fall, and Vernal Fall. The park is also home to 3 groves of ancient sequoia trees, some of the tallest and oldest living things on Earth. The park's most iconic feature is its half-mile deep U-shaped valley, carved out by glaciers over thousands of years. Overlooking it is Half Dome, a huge granite rock formation that dominates the Yosemite Valley, and the vertical walls of El Capitan, both popular destinations for hikers and climbers, and providing breathtaking views of the valley below. I was amazed by the diverse range of wildlife here, including black bears, deer, and mountain lions. Yosemite was established as a national park in 1890 and is one of the oldest in the United States. Number 13. Oregon's scenic Pacific coastline. California's Big Sur is hard to beat, but I think I fell in love with the Oregon Pacific coast even more. Oregon is such an underrated state, and it's home to some of the most stunning coastline in the USA. Driving northwards on the 101 Coastal Highway, one of the highlights is the Samuel H. Boardman Scenic Corridor. This stretch of highway winds along the cliffs, offering breathtaking views of the ocean, beaches, and forests. Cannon Beach is another stunning spot on the Oregon coast, one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. It's famous for its Haystack Rock, a towering 235-foot sea stack that rises from the beach. In 2013, National Geographic listed Cannon Beach as one of its most beautiful places in the world, and I can certainly see why. And if you think it looks familiar, Cannon Beach was also the setting for the 1985 movie The Goonies. Cannon Beach is just an amazing place to explore the tide pools, go surfing, or simply relax and enjoy the ocean. Number 12. Yellowstone, Wyoming, America's first national park. Yellowstone was first designated as a national park in 1872, the first in the world, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978 due to its unique geology and diverse wildlife. Yellowstone is most famous for its volcanic and geothermal features, including over 300 geysers, more than anywhere else in the world. Probably the most famous is Old Faithful, which erupts regularly every hour or so, shooting boiling water up to 180 feet in the air. Another famous feature is the Grand Prismatic Hot Spring, a vibrant pool of hot water that changes color throughout the day. It's the third largest hot spring in the world and is over 160 feet deep. There's also the Upper Falls, a cascading waterfall that drops over 100 feet, one of the most powerful waterfalls I've ever seen. And Yellowstone even has its very own Grand Canyon, carved out by the Yellowstone River. The park is also home to more wildlife than anywhere else in the United States, including bison, bighorn sheep, elk, bears, and wolves. There's still plenty more amazing places coming up to show you, but if you're dreaming about all the places in the world you want to see, interested in discovering new places and watching videos like this, and this, then why not subscribe and leave me a comment about your dream travel destinations? Number 11. The Outer Banks, North Carolina, the birthplace of aviation. The Outer Banks are a stunning string of barrier islands with beautiful open sea beaches, state parks, and shipwreck diving sites that make them one of the North Carolina coast's most unique and unforgettable destinations. As well as their breathtaking beauty, it's also a place full of fascinating history. You'll find wild horses here roaming freely on the beaches, descendants of Spanish Mustangs that were shipwrecked centuries ago. Then there's the town of Kitty Hawk, home of the Wright Brothers National Memorial, which commemorates the first successful powered flight in 1903. The Outer Banks also has close ties to the early European settlers, including the Roanoke Lost Colony, which mysteriously vanished in the 1580s. To the south lies the beautiful and wild Hatteras National Seashore. The Outer Banks today is a popular tourist destination, but its history as a place of European settlement and exploration makes it a real national treasure. Number 10. Eastern United States National Parks. Of the 63 national parks in America, it's often those in the West like the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, and a few others I'm going to show you a bit later that get the most attention. But the Eastern USA also has its share of often underrated national parks. Like the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, with its stunning mountain scenery, scenic drives, and charming towns like Gatlinburg, and is actually the most visited national park in the USA. Or Maine's Arcadia National Park, the crown jewel of the North Atlantic coast, where mountains and towering granite cliffs meet the sea in an epic way. And parks like Valley Forge and Antietam National Battlefield that delve deep into American Revolutionary and Civil War era history. One of my absolute favorites to discover was the sandy beaches and towering 200-foot dunes of the Indiana Dunes National Park, nestled along 15 miles of Lake Michigan's southern shore. In fact, there are so many I should talk about. They probably need their own video. Number 9. Niagara Falls, New York. Undoubtedly one of the most famous waterfalls in the world and one of the most iconic natural wonders in the United States, Niagara Falls sits on the border between the US and Canada. The falls are made up of 3 separate waterfalls: Horseshoe Falls, American Falls, and Bridal Veil Falls. Horseshoe Falls is the largest of the 3, and the equivalent of 1 million bathtubs full of water falls over its crest every minute, plunging 180 feet to the river below. American Falls is slightly smaller, but still offers a powerful display of water. Bridal Veil Falls is the smallest of the 3, but is still a beautiful sight. Niagara Falls can be viewed from both the American and Canadian sides, and you can get up close and personal by taking a boat ride on the famous Maid of the Mist to see the beauty of the falls from below. There are also observation decks that offer stunning views of the falls. Number 8. Zion National Park, Utah. Even among America's national parks, few can match the breathtaking beauty of Zion, a stunning natural wonderland located in southern Utah. The park's dramatic sandstone cliffs were formed over millions of years by erosion and weathering, and are a blaze of vibrant colors due to iron oxide and other minerals. One of the most iconic features of Zion National Park is the Narrows, a slot canyon you can hike through, carved into the sandstone cliffs. Another is Angel's Landing, a challenging 5-mile hike that leads to just the most unbelievable viewpoint. The panoramic views from the summit are absolutely stunning. You can see the entire canyon rolled out below you. It's a strenuous hike, but the rewards are well worth the effort. The park's also home to loads of wildlife, including deer, elk, bighorn sheep, and mountain lions. And if you're lucky, you might also spot birds of prey, such as hawks and eagles. Number 7. Lake Tahoe, California. America has thousands of amazing lakes, but for me, I'm pretty sure Lake Tahoe is the most beautiful. Its waters are crystal clear, and it's surrounded by the breathtaking scenery of the Sierra Nevada mountains and forests, making it another iconic destination of the American West. Straddling the border of Nevada and California, it's also the ultimate summer-winter location. In summer, you can hike, bike, paddle, sail, and swim, enjoying the vastness of the lake's turquoise waters and the trails of the Sierra Nevada. Sand Harbor Beach is one of the most beautiful spots to relax, sunbathe, and swim. In winter, the area transforms into a winter wonderland, and you'll find some of the best skiing and snowboarding in North America at world-class ski resorts like Heavenly Mountain, North Star, or Palisade. Plus, there's no shortage of amazing hotels, resorts, and casinos to enjoy, especially on the Nevada side. Honestly, you just have to see this place. Number 6. The Hoover Dam, Nevada. Spanning the Colorado River between Arizona and Nevada, the 726-foot-high Hoover Dam was the world's tallest dam when it was built in the 1930s and is one of the most iconic engineering marvels in the United States. The dam's construction was a massive undertaking, taking 5 years to build and involving thousands of workers. In fact, the town of Boulder City had to be constructed to house 5,000 workers and their families. Spanning the dramatic Black Canyon Gorge, it created Lake Mead behind it, the largest reservoir in the United States, covering 248 square miles. It's used to generate hydroelectric power and provide water for millions of people in the southwestern United States. In 2005, America's second highest bridge, soaring 900 feet above the Colorado River, was built to reroute traffic away from the top of the dam. The dam's impressive size and engineering have made it a symbol of American ingenuity and a popular destination for tourists. Number 5. Monument Valley, Arizona. Monument Valley is a stunning desert landscape located on the border of Arizona and Utah, and is probably one of the most iconic landscapes in the US. Its famous, towering red sandstone buttes have featured in countless movies and commercials as symbols of the Wild West. The bizarre crimson sandstone rock formations tower up to 400 meters high, formed over millions of years by erosion from the wind and rain, creating a truly otherworldly landscape. Monument Valley is a photographer's dream. The unique lighting and dramatic scenery creates stunning images, especially offset by the featureless landscape of the surrounding valley. Monument Valley sits within the Navajo Tribal Park, home of the Navajo Nation. A 20-mile dirt road loops through the park, allowing you to stop close by and gaze in wonder at the most impressive formations, such as the Mittens and the Three Sisters. Number 4. Boston's Freedom Trail, Massachusetts. As a hotbed of revolutionary activity, Boston witnessed firsthand the events that led to the Declaration of Independence in 1776, making it one of the most important and iconic cities in the United States. The Freedom Trail was created in 1951 as a 2.5-mile walking tour that connects 16 historically significant sites in the city, such as Faneuil Hall, the Boston Tea Party Ship, the Old State House, and the Bunker Hill Monument. The trail gives visitors a glimpse into the past and a chance to learn firsthand about the fascinating stories, plots, and events of the American Revolution, and the roles played by patriots such as George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Samuel Adams, and Paul Revere in gaining independence from the British. Along the trail, you'll find red bricks embedded in the sidewalk that mark the location of historic sites, allowing you to self-guide for free. More fun, though, is to take one of the organized walking tours, where the guides are dressed as revolutionary characters and give fascinating insights into the history of the American Revolution and the sites along the trail. Number 3. New England in the fall. New England is renowned for its stunning fall foliage, making it one of America's most iconic destinations during the autumn season. The region's vibrant colors create a breathtaking landscape that is truly a sight to behold. Some of the most popular routes to follow include the Caucomagos Highway, which winds through the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and the Mohawk Trail in Massachusetts that carves through the forested areas of the Berkshire Mountains. One of my favorites, though, is Route 100 in Vermont. Known as the Vermont Scenic Byway, this route offers picturesque views of the Green Mountains. Whichever you choose, you'll be treated to stunning views of the fall foliage and often pass through charming towns and villages. And there's plenty of scenic stops to hike and visit waterfalls and lakes. To see the best of the fall colors, the best time to visit is from mid-September to mid-October. Number 2. Cape Cod National Seashore, Massachusetts. Cape Cod National Seashore is a 43,000-acre national park created in 1961 by President John F. Kennedy to protect the area's fragile coastal ecosystem. The seashore encompasses 40 miles of pristine coastline, including beaches, dunes, and marshes, and is home to seals, whales, and seabirds. One of the most iconic features of Cape Cod is its lighthouses, such as the Cape Cod Lighthouse, the Highland Light, and the Race Point Light. I loved climbing to the top of these lighthouses for stunning views of the ocean and the surrounding landscape. In addition to its natural beauty, Cape Cod is also known for its charming towns and villages. Provincetown is known for its beaches, art galleries, and restaurants. Chatham and Wellfleet are two other popular towns with beautiful beaches and historic homes. Another interesting place to visit is Eastham, where you'll find the Pilgrim Monument, a towering obelisk that commemorates the landing of the Pilgrims in 1620. Number 1. The National Mall, Washington, D.C. As America's front yard, the National Mall and Memorial Parks is a sprawling green space that stretches across the heart of Washington, D.C. and is lined with iconic monuments including the White House, the Capitol Building, memorials to former presidents and those who fought and died for their country. Surrounding the cherry blossom-lined tidal basin reservoir are some of the most iconic memorials, including the famous Lincoln Memorial, featuring a 19-foot-tall statue of Abraham Lincoln sitting in contemplation, and the Jefferson Memorial, honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. There are also moving memorials to those who gave their lives in World Wars I and II, Vietnam and Korea. In the center of the National Mall is the Washington Monument, a towering 555-foot-high obelisk built to honor George Washington, America's first president. But it's not only about history. The mall is also where citizens come to celebrate, protest, or just go for a run. And it's somewhere that perfectly encapsulates the spirit of America all in a single place. The United States is such an incredible country to travel around that's given me so many lifelong memories and unforgettable experiences. But if your wanderlust isn't satisfied just yet, and you want to explore even more amazing places across the world that I know will leave you absolutely spellbound, then you're going to want to check out these videos next. With that said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.